can you talk to me about what you believe the importance about production and its relationship to the song and how you approach that?
So just so you know, I started off songwriting, like lyric and melody, top half, and I had to evolve into a producer just because I felt like, for whatever reason, a lot of people don't respect songwriters, even though it's the main part of the song, it's the part that people sing. So I had to evolve into a producer just because of the lack of respect and the lack of acknowledgement that songwriters get. So I feel that there's so many different perspectives of a producer, so many different, in one aspect, production would be creating music and, creating chords and, actually developing a sound. And then in another aspect, somebody can absolutely orchestrate and pull musicians in the room and have them play chords, or they might not be able to play as well, but they can still orchestrate and put the music together.
So for me, when I do, say yes to somebody, it's extremely important, for me to sit down and listen to what the artist has to say. What you said, what's going on with your life. Let's just talk. And as they're talking, all of a sudden, I don't know what happens, Jason, but I just hear the music. It's almost like I'm watching a movie and the score starts showing up, and then it starts ringing in my ears. And then I have to excuse me, I'm just gonna, while they're talking, I pick up the guitar or I walk over to the piano and I just quietly start writing to their voice, their tone. I'm like, just keep talking. Right. And then the song shows up. And, but there's a lot of artists, was shocking, that don't like to work that way because they're used to getting tracks. Like, don't you have a track?
Yes.
Can we talk about that? Like, what do you tell me about what the fuck is going on with that?
Oh man, you know what it is? It's just that a lot of people, I've learned that a lot of artists like to hide in tracks, because you can get a track and it's great, and then what the song or the artist, the song won't be as great because they feel as though the music is that great. And it's like, for me, I feel like the song has to be like the most important part of it, and it's the chords. So it's like, I can hear a beat. Like I've always written over just chords because I just feel like if I can win you over, if I can win myself over with just chords in a song, then I can move the world's emotions, if they hear this. And so, as we got into, into the 90s and the later 90s and 2000s, we got into a beat-driven industry where everything was about the beat. It was about like the beat. And then it's like, okay, but that song is just mediocre. And the song would get lost because the beat will become dominant. So it's like, my thing is, when somebody does ask me for beats, even then it's like, hey, all right, I can play this beat for you, but let's take the drums out of it. Like, I still will be like, I'll still break it down and narrow it down to just chords. So even if it starts off with them hearing a beat, if that's where they want to go with it, where it's like, all right, you're programmed to making records over beats, fine, let's play some beats. You love that? All right, now let me strip this beat down to just chords, because this is the part that you love. You love the way that you feel by way of the chord changes and the chords. So look, let's strip, the beat's there, let's strip it down. And that way I can write something and not have to worry about the beat telling me where to go. Yes.
One of the things that I don't understand, and this is great, and I mean no disrespect when I say this. So I was listening to your song Distant Shore, and then you have first of all, I've listened to other stuff that you've done, but you have a great voice. And one of the things I don't understand is when someone like you has a great voice, why the fuck is the autotune on there? Why the fuck with the autotune? Why does a great, beautiful voice like yours fucking have autotune on it?
You know what it is? It comes to a point, because I agree with you. It's just that we're at a place where, and I don't believe it. I don't believe in conforming. I believe that over the last 10 years, our ears have been programmed. Our ears have been reprogrammed to perfection by way of electronics, by way of autotune. And so what happens is, like, when I try something, when I sing something without the tune, it's cool and it feels great. And I know, and I understand what flat, I understand what sharp is. I understand how, to stay, tonality. I understand those things. But then what happens is when I listen to it and I play it against other things, our ears have been so reprogrammed that it doesn't feel like it fits. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I look at this record like a dance pop record, and not really like something where I was really trying to show or prove any real vocal ability. Is cool. I'm doing some cool things in there, but I just feel like the tune, it allows for the music, because everything we hear is tuned. It, like, when something is not tuned, it sticks out like a sore thumb. And unfortunately, I do feel like that will evolve. I do feel like that will change. Just as we went into this auto-tune era, I feel like there'll be a time when people get tired of hearing that,